啊，这是发生什么事情？耳边子穿模啦。
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another.
教授很爱尬笑。
Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
不是教授，我新来的。
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
数数钱耶！我会学数，我要学数数钱了。
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you.
哦，现在发现我们的学院是不一样的。
Proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
好，谢谢你。我自立自强，很高兴你理解。哦，我要当个谦虚的人啊。
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here.
什么
Before I knew
关系户？
it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
瓦嘎杜有多大？
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
他的瓦嘎杜是他那个瓦干达的那个发音吗？因为我刚刚以为是我听错。好，算了。
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
哦，他说每个同学是在等我们下课，是不是？
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
哦，不会使用魔杖，当然魔法比较弱，太了不起了，太了不起了。
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of
啊，是
using a
这样
wand.
没错，
It seems very
看起来比较帅。
dramatic.
谢谢你。
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you.
对，我看那个教授看我们要聊到什么时候。
Until next time.
为了看娜娜的那个完整剧情，我就回来重新再录一个档啊！来，这次来跟娜娜走。
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables
希望
en
如此。
route.
Rookwood.
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Hello.
Okay.
Looking for me?
Yes，
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade.
对，这次你
You
带
must
我。
be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Good. Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience.
OK，Go Go。
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself.
真的
I
吗
thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient rooms.
啊？
Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it.
什么？外国小孩不是最
Hogsmeade
最
is
讲究
beautiful
自主
this
性
time
吗？
of year. Everyone will tell you to visit at Christmas, but that's one of the few times of year I would rather be indoors.
Not much for the cold, are you?
Oh, I do not mind the cold so much, but it has taken some getting used to. I did not grow up around snow. Oh, wait, over here.
哎，
I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at, but if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making.
OK，走。
Look, from the Forbidden Forest. Hippogriffs. I wonder if something startled them. I heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
哇，这里有突然出现帕比。
Likely already named.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students, as the name implies.
好，
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring.
不会啦，未来要7进7
There's
出嘞。
Hogsmeade over the crest, past that ruin. I would spend all of my time exploring if I could.
真的假的？
I confess, I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that.
什么？你也是吗？
She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls.
刚刚那个醉鬼马他没
How
有，
are you settling in?
他没有反
I
应。
remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so New and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland, but it is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit. Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it will for you too.
学校
Mr. Moon
算了
He is the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
看看我
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, it looked right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
他真的没讲话没头
What
没
did
尾呢
Mr. Moon?
Jemmy guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
OK 就不要理
Oh,
他
Mr. Moon, a demiguise. I think he had too much fun in the village.
他玩太嗨
I
啦
will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside of the castle walls, not just Hogsmeade. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
OK 啊，那我们待会见啊
And。here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine at Honeyduke's. I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit. I can tell you that you are certain to find everything you need in Hogsmeade. Professor Weasley said that you need to get potion recipes, spellcrafts, some seeds, and...
A new wand.
Of course! You will enjoy Mr. Ollivander, and I am keen to see what you will do with a wand of your own. You should be able to collect everything you need and still have time to explore a little as well. Experience Hogsmeade at your own pace. We can meet up in the town circle when you are finished.
好，那我们待
Enjoy
会见啊。
yourself. I will see you soon.
OK， 我好了 ，Natty。
Ah, I have everything. I see what you meant about not being able to pick a favorite shop.
We should walk around a bit more. Perhaps today is the day I finally pick one.
哎呦喂啊，免不了一战啊，Natty。
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Surprise！
Are we weakening him at all?
Keep at it! We have to wear him down!
哎呀，Natty 你被打在地上了。
What was that?
I was trying to beat him at his own game.
Look! He's faltering!
他开始动摇了。
We need to make sure he stays that way!
哦，不用打死是不是？啊，这样子，忘了差不多了。
What an extraordinary introduction to Hogsmeade. I would say that we, and you in particular, have earned at least one butterbeer. Shall we head to the Three Broomsticks?
Sounds like a good idea.
Wonderful. Just down this way then. Assuming it is not too busy, you might even meet Sirona, the owner. She is a charming hostess and a powerful witch. Good one to know.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they see us?
I don't think so.
What's that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock is working with Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Sirona.
You be well. Now, what can I... Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Thanks to this one, single-handedly took down a troll.
Is that right? Well done.
Thanks for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the two of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve.
呛。
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
为此而来。
My friend is enjoying a well-earned...
你攻打我的村庄。
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day.
知道怕
Can't
啦。
do this. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere. Can't drink butterbeer forever.
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls, Ranrock, and Rookwood. What are you not telling me?
I promise to tell you everything, but it's perhaps best I do that later.
I think that now might be a good time to head back to the castle. I am certainly glad Sirona was there.
And that she isn't intimidated by thugs like Rookwood and Harlow.
I want to understand what's going on, and I hope you will tell me. But for the moment, we should return to the castle. Professor Weasley will certainly hear about the troll attack soon if she hasn't already. I don't want her to worry. Psst, over here, quietly. I am glad that you received my owl. We need to stay low and remain quiet.
Lassie, what's going on? Why are we all the way out here?
As promised, I did some investigating to find out what Harlow is up to. I followed him to the Hog's Head. I noticed him reading a letter. All I could see was that it was signed by and bore the seal of Victor Rookwood. And one other thing. Harlow mentioned you to his colleagues. They did not mistake you for someone else, did they?
No, they didn't. Rookwood and Harlow are after me.
Why did you lie to me? And what do they want with a Hogwarts student?
Professor Fig told me to keep things quiet, but I know I
啊
can，trust
这样就
you,
可以信
Lassie.
任了。
Rookwood and Harlow want something Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Grimgotts?
为什么我
Just
现
before
在
I
对
came
谁
to
都可以说
Hogwarts.
出来？
In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know it's a lot to take in.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it's safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. And we can help to take them down for good. That letter is the tangible proof that Officer Singer needs. It is why I followed Harlow here and why I wrote to you. I need your help to retrieve it.
好，我们为什么不能直接去魔法部呢？
Can't we just bypass Officer Singer and go directly to the Ministry?
没有
Do you
用的
think。they will listen to a student? Only Officer Singer can start an investigation. The Ministry will come in later.
哎呀，公家机关就这
You
样。
seem to be very determined in stopping Rookwood and Harlow. Why?
I knew men like him in Uganda. I know how bad things can get if they are not stopped. It's a long story, one I promise to share when we have more time. For now, let's do what we came to do.
好，
I'll help you find the letter, Natty.
I'm glad to hear it. First, we must access the castle keep. I'll check the main gate, see if you can find another way in. I do not see any guards, but we should still try to be as
看来
quiet
又
as
是一场硬仗
possible.
啊！
Harlow is here after all. That is the main keep. My guess is that we'll find Harlow and the letter inside. We'll need to be careful once we get...
I hear them.
Yeah, restrain the beast!
Highwing.
坏蛋，
Do you know that hippogriff?
Get these things back to
Very well. New plan. I get the evidence and you free that hippogriff. Agreed? This is our chance. Go!
这样也行。
Blasted.
哇，我这样跑得
There's gotta be another
比
way
我
to get
教
up
条的
to
人还要慢。
somewhere.
啊 ，OK， 进剧情。
Highwing. It's all right. There we
啊，你
go.
老婆你老公吗？
There you are.
刚好有2只。
Come on.
Hello, Mora.
Hurry.
Hurry！ 为什么这里不能骑扫帚？是有施法吗？刚刚叫你快点上马，你还不上？哇！不一样的上车方式啊！霍格华兹谷地。谢谢卡车 PPT。
How exciting.
It was exhilarating, wasn't it? I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive.
There was no need to
真
worry.
假？
I had it all under control.
Were you able to find the letter?
Summoned it straight out of Harlow's hands. I will say, I did not expect to see him cast the killing curse at us. He won't forget this. Be on your guard.
Of course. What did the letter say?
That Rookwood's looking for a phoenix.
凤凰
Not sure where he will find one. But it also included Harlow's orders to inspect that castle for the poachers. Enough to connect Harlow to the crimes. I shall deliver the letter to Officer Singer. She'll have to do something when she sees it. Now, tell me,
就不要
where did you
警察
meet
跟他
these
们是一码的啊
hippogriffs?！
I've only met Highwing before. Poppy introduced us.
Poppy Sweeting knows a hippogriff. Of course she does. Poppy will be relieved to know that Highwing's safe. I came to the right person for help. My mother will be worried. I must go. Seek me out soon. I shall have much to tell you.
OK 了，只要我不卡，怎样都好。看你怎么这么熟练？你不是第一次乘坐它吗？啊，新物品已解锁，这样不对哦。宠物不是物品哦。 嗨，你看到我的坐骑了吗？
I
哇，
have
你穿
learned of a
模。
wizard who is being harassed by Harlow. He may be able to provide the evidence we need to take Harlow down. We should speak with him together.
嗯，
Meet me at his home.
哦，好了，这里，
Wonder who lives here.
嗨，
Is this Mr. Bickle's home?
I believe so. He supposedly has evidence against Harlow. We need to speak with him.
毕科夫人，
Where could Archie have gone? If anything,
Are you all right? We're looking for Mr. Bickle.
my husband is dead. He killed him.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Bickle. Who killed your husband?
Theophilus Harlow.
Say.
I'm sure of it. He's been threatening my husband for weeks and... Oh, where is my son?
哇，这世界的警察真的都没有在
Where
工
is
作。
Archie?
我相信你儿子不会有事的。
He must be around here somewhere. When did you last see him?
Archie was home with his father while I was out. His satchel's missing. Hopefully he's just gone wandering, as he's prone to do. I hope he wasn't here when Harlow... when my husband...
Do you know which way Archie might have gone?
He has a little hideout in the
你
forest
知道的话，你
south
怎么
of
没有去
here.
找？
He never wanders far. But if he witnessed Harlow doing something to his father, I'm afraid to leave in case he comes back home.
好了好了，你知道有关哈洛的什么事吗？
Is there anything more you can tell me about Harlow?
He's Victor Rookwood's second in command. A miserable, awful creature. Vicious and murderous.
哦，为什么哈洛要杀掉你的丈
What
夫啊？
reason would Harlow have to kill your husband?
My husband had been looking into Harlow's dealings and discovered
丈夫
some
是
of
正
what he's
气
been
使
up
吗？
to. I begged him to leave it alone, but he
看也不是。
was convinced that...
好了，别哭了，我们会
We'll
找到你
find
儿
your
子的。
son, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. What am I going to do?
我是建议你不要再哭了，先跟我去找你儿子比较快，不然就报警啊！天哪
Please！do not worry, Mrs. Bickle.
My husband. What will I do?
不行，我真的是太想吐槽了。
When I took the letter we found to Officer Singer, she told me about Mr. Bickle. He
然后
had
嘞，
been doing the same thing we are, providing Officer Singer with evidence to take down Harlow.
嗯，
I had hoped to speak with him about what he had found, but we were too late.
很好，就是再次确定这技师都没有在工作的。
What did Officer Singer say about the letter you brought her?
She thanked me, but she clearly felt that it was not enough. It is a shame that hippogriffs cannot speak. Your friend Highwing could provide all the evidence against Harlow that we need. We will need something more.
这里是哪里？
This must be little Archie's hideout that Mrs. Bickle mentioned.
嗯，
Archie?
Revelio.
Archie Bickle! He would not have done this to his own hideout. Someone came here looking for him. Revelio may be our only hope of finding out which way he went.
OK，
There! Archie's footprints. He went
Small.
this way.
好，这个连
I
脚印
thought
都
we
有
would。have found Archie by now.
I suspect he'll keep running if he's being followed.
If it is Harlow that's pursuing him, I only hope you're right. Men like Harlow would not think twice about killing a child. We must find Archie quickly.
哦，你今天没有看到脚印了耶，娜娜也真是厉害。
Revelio.
哇，真的是跟着娜娜吗？应该是跟着娜娜吧。
Wolves! Prepare for a fight.
没事没事，
I hope Archie didn't cross paths with that wolf pack. We should look around.
Revelio.
我是希望我们那个小朋友都不要乱跑啊。
Archie's satchel. Why would he leave it behind?
He was likely running from Harlow, distracted. This may be a good time for Revelio again. Archie went this way.
哇，我突然
I
想
have a
到
bad，feeling about this. Harlow must have a reason
真的
for
是为什么不
pursuing
报警？
Archie.
既然现行都
I
能
wonder
找
what
到，
Archie saw. I hope he didn't see Harlow kill his father.
He would never overcome it. At least not in any way I can imagine.
哇哇，有
A
那个
fork
报
in the
上压
road. We will need Revelio again.
Revelio.
Multiple sets of footprints. Oh, Harlow caught up to him here. This is not good. They went this way.
哇，那个刚刚那个报上压感觉很不妙哎，该不会阿奇也要再见了？应该不会吧？这个游戏应该不会让小孩子死掉吧？大概。哇，这里有骑士醉鬼马欸，怎么那么多？啊，他不会真的要不行了吧？
They are beautiful, are they not?
You can see Thestrals too.
I witnessed death when I was 9. Saw my first Thestral shortly thereafter. I found comfort in it. I still do. I think those of us who have witnessed death deserve some
对嘛？
comfort.
我明明就记得
I'm
见证
sorry
死
you
亡了才看得
experienced
到。
something like that at so young an age.
I was with my father when he died. My mother was away, and I felt quite helpless. It was a long time ago in some ways, but in other ways, it seems like it was only yesterday. I still see him so clearly.
You must miss him.
My father was a wonderful man. Let us keep moving. We must find Archie.
Taking in children.
As I feared, they have Archie. Be on your guard. There can be no mistakes. They got what they deserved.
真的在这？
Revelio.
哇，怎么这么多那个墙壁？哦，又是魔术大空间，是不是？
I did not expect this tent to be so large on the inside. That complicates things a little.
这里是不是？
Archie. Archie Bickle.
How do you know who I am?
Your mother sent us to find you.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Not too loud, Archie.
Sorry.
We need to get this open.
A man called Harlow. He killed my father.
We're so sorry, Archie. We won't let him get away with it. But first, we
我
need
刚刚
to
不是
get
把
you
干掉
home
了？
to your mother.
Thank you for saving me.
We
要
wouldn't
嫁
have
给
it
我
any
吗？
other way, Archie. Now let's get you home. We know a safe way back.
Oh, Archie, you're here! Oh, you're safe.
Mother? Oh, Mother. Father's friends are in danger. I heard the people who took me talking about them.
Which friends, darling?
Mr. and Mrs. Rabe. Mr. Filbert. And I think they also said Otto's name.
嗯，
I shall speak with them. You run inside.
Yes, Mother.
his mother。
Your husband's friends may be in danger.
Just as he was.
How can we help?
You've done enough. My husband was a powerful wizard and couldn't defeat Harlow. The last thing we need is that monster coming after you.
他已经开始追杀我们了。什么时候？
It may be too late for that. I'm afraid Harlow's already after us.
Then you needn't anger him further. I assure you, the threat could be a lot worse. Please, please keep your distance.
I'm sorry again about your husband, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing Archie home. I can never repay the two of you for your kindness.
Not to worry, Mrs. Bickle. My father used to say that rain does not fall on one roof alone. We are here to help each other. I must learn more about Mr. Bickle's friends and why Harlow is after them. You'll be hearing from me as soon as I know something. Thank you for your help today. My mother would like to speak with me. I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to.
Revelio.
She may be easier on me if you were there.
怎么每个人都要拿我当挡箭牌？是想怎样？这太过分了。
So frustrating.
Revelio.
You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
Huh?
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect
警官不
evidence
做
of
事，
some kind
瞒着打
against
小报
dark
告，是不是？
wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you.
还责骂
And
他
she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matibilaland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
可以不要再就是让我掺进这些家庭闹剧里面吗？
frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment?
怎样？你也想叫是
It
不是
is？ specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However,
啊，这句
I
话
am an
是我的问题吗？我怎么看不懂？
and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
你怎么成为幻兽师的？
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite
你也
elaborate.
可以成为黑豹
It
吗？
involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month,
好恶
then
哦！
placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
你能选择要化作什么动物吗？
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
所以你是变成羚羊，不是黑豹，是不是？
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat.
好，如果我
And
会
I
幻
love
化
being
的话，
able to
那
view
也
the
该有
world
多
from a
好！
different perspective.
哎，我不是天才魔法师吗？为什么还是会有不能使用的咒语呢？
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
啊，
It
商业
is-
互捧。
I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
我们不能让你母亲阻止我们。或许你母亲是对的。或许你母亲是
She's
对的。
concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow,
我别无
and
选择吗？
Ranrock
好
were
吗，
after
小姐？
you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Harlow, not hide from him. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather
你
awkward
也知道啊？
conversation.
哇，怎么会有路人在那边喝茶？
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
为什么这些小朋友就是要这样呢？
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
我可以自己去，你可以跟我讲说在哪里吗？
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
we must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
我要去哪里找他们
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
那我们能从他们那边打听到什么
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have
他们
evidence
有
of
证据，为
their
什么不
own.
直接交给警
We
官
simply need to know whatever they know.
好了
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
怎样
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling
真的
Isco.
吗
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly.
可是现在不是证据
But the
确
help
凿了吗
Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
哎，为什么要绑架你在
Why
夫
wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
你有透露任何关于古灵阁的事情给哈洛吗
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
那张字条有证实绑架的事情吗
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
好
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
好了，拉贝女士，我希望你能愿意重新考虑并帮助我们处理银行业务的需求。我们给了你很多时间做出决定，但我们已经逐渐开始失去耐心。我们相信，如果你能看清与我们合作的价值，你的丈夫肯定会很高兴。你能够在这个礼拜结束之前给我答复吗？最好不要把这件事情说出去，你懂我的意思吧？
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
好，在这里。
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
你在这里干嘛？
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed.
I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
哇，怎么这么不小心啊
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly
听起来怪怪的
engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
关于纸条的事情
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
你是怎么隐瞒敲诈勒索这件事
What
的
have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
希尔先生感觉是正直的人，你能告诉他吗？
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal.
这是个背叛。
Instantly, and Rosie as well.
好了。
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
罗西的什么信？
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Hello there.
看起来很可疑。
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
你应该公开发声。你选择默不作声是明智的选择。公开发
If
声
you
吧
had。spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I
感
would
觉
have
有
suffered a
官商勾
similar
结。
fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's
你为
lot.
什么公开？
Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help.
好吧。
Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
我觉得他也很奇怪，他不敢公开啊，也是啊，这有先后顺序，就是虽然，不能直接用传的，就是因为就是被胁迫过，所以之后才不敢发声这样子啊，这种事情都很难讲啊。 毕竟被胁迫的人当下心情跟那个决定是很受影响的。不过他如果大家都不站出来反对的话，
She said she was going to the Hog's Head.
啊，为什么要让我跑来跑去？我说如果都不站出来的话，那事情就会越来越糟。但是谁又有站出来的勇气呢？
Natty must be around here somewhere.
他的魔杖。
wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
好，又要找脚印了。
Natty must have been taken this way.
啊，是哦。
I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Revelio.
OK， 好。
Accio. Accio.
好，那应该不用那个禁止咒。
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio.
我亲爱的奥托，我不断的反复阅读你上次寄来的信。哇，这个信封还粉红色的。在我见面之前，我每小时后还会再读一次。现在我们短期内还无法见面，我感到害怕，但我内心怀抱希望。我希望有朝一日我们能够跟亲朋好友分享我们的婚约，尤其是我亲爱的父亲，我的爱。我能够理解你想要等到生活进一步稳定下来再做打算。我也知道你会尽一切所能，尽快达到那样的目标。请允许我跟你说，过去这几个月以来，我感到此生从未有的快乐，但无法分享这份情感，实在是太令人难受了。接下来我要阅读你的信件，爱你，罗西。
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
为什么要毁掉？这里还有一个。 你对我来说就跟报上鸭一样宝贵。你报上鸭的声音能够预知即将来临的降雨。我爱你，如同我爱插围拳。赤诚之心，日月可见。你对我的心施了魔法，但我想这样也好。初次见面我就对你倾心，你就是我命中注定的那个人。杜尔西贝拉菲伯特，谁？
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
哦。
Revelio.
Aye.
Okay.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you.
I need your help. Revelio. Mr. Rabe. Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
有找到了。
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken. 这里也没有。
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and...
希望真的有用啊。
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe.
哇，你从就是祖先一开始出现之后就没有看过你做事。
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, they've also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that.
感觉是这个警察在搓汤圆。
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
难怪大家都不报警，当局没有起到什么作用。
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
难怪大家都不报警，就是因为这样
You may wish
子
to。speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
好，真的吗？来，我找到你的诗集了。
Mr. Filbert, I have your book.
But how did you... Oh, thank you. I can't tell you what this means to me.
你挺状况外的。你挺状况
You
外的
ought。to be more cautious in the future. Men like Rookwood and Harlow could do much worse than stealing a book.
Oh, I've learned a lesson indeed about dealing with those sorts of monsters. Best not to upset them, isn't it? Oh my. I cannot believe I have this bit of my dearest Dulcibella back. Thank you, my young friend. Thank you.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
他应该引以为傲，他的担心合情合
I
理
don't。blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
笑。
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not.
果然
Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him.
没有，
whether
我
it
们
is
没有要
us
靠
or
他。
Officer Singer. If someone
全
had
世界好像
stopped
只
the
只有他一个
monsters
警
like
察。
him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
这是日常吗？
Your father was also an animagus, I take it.
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form.
哦，
When
既
the
然是麻
bandits
瓜
saw
哦。
this, they turned and ran in fear.
对，我在想说为什么拿枪？
Magic terrified them, and
啊，
then he
听
was gone.
听我说，波特，
And
听我
it
说，
was all
龙
my
儿
fault.
这个比
Your fault.
魔杖好用。
How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
你要为他死复仇
Do
吗
you？ think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it.
你有
I
一
am
个
glad
good
you seem to
father。
think so too.
你的母亲还好
What does your
吗？
mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
你父亲在天之灵如果知道你正在做的事，他会作何感
Do
想
you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
我很遗憾，娜
I'm
娜。
sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders. Rookwood is already gone. Harlow will be next. We are making progress, and we will succeed.
OK，
Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received. Would you please meet with me in the Great Hall? I have come upon a difficult time. And
哇，遇到困难才要找我，是不是？平常都没有要找我。
Some days are more difficult than others.
又怎么了？
Natty, is everything all right?
There are times when my father's absence drifts to the back of my mind. And I feel peace for a day or two. But this is not one of those times. I miss him.
这么突然？
I miss running with him. I miss Matibeleland. He should still be here. And it's my
怎么
fault
这么
that
突
he
然？
isn't.
刚刚不是说还好吗？很遗憾，这不是你的错。
It's not your fault, Natty. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it.
对啊，你那时候还
That is
小
what
没。
my mother says. But he died protecting me. And I cannot help but feel guilty over that. I find myself reliving the moment more often than I would like. I believe I would feel less helpless if I could truly put an end to Harlow and the rest of
不，
Rookwood's
我觉得你应该
miserable
先去
lot.
找心理医生
Of。course, you have put an end to Rookwood. And Ranrock. You've done a great deal of good that is a benefit to all. With Harlow on the prowl, there can be no real peace. Each day he remains free, he does more damage, leaving people like Archie Bickle to suffer the consequences.
I agree, Natty. We'll get him. I've never seen someone so committed to a cause.
Thank you. I believe we will get him.
好，
Thank you for speaking with me. It was very helpful.
Revelio.
As soon as possible. I received an interesting owl from Joanna Bickle about Harlow.
嗯，
Are you ready to finish Harlow?
嗯，
I'm ready to finish Harlow once
你有
and
什么
for
计划
all.
啊？
What is your plan?
I received an owl from Mrs. Bickle. She wondered if we were having any luck going after Harlow. Suggested we could gather evidence from a friend near Manor Cape.
But she warned us to stay out of it. Was rather adamant about it.
Precisely.
Harlow knows that we saved Archie, and that we rescued Mr. Rabe. The letter didn't come from Mrs. Bickle, did it?
I do not believe it did. Harlow intends to ambush us.
But now we have the upper hand.
有吗
We？can prepare.
We are stronger than Harlow, and he knows it. That's why he's resorting to this sort of trickery. We must go.
嗯，好，走吧。
Agreed. Let's finish this.
Brilliant. Harlow's reign ends today.
走吧。
Perhaps we ought to inform Officer Singer of our plans.
算了吧。
I already sent her an owl to let her know that we were following a lead given to us by Mrs. Bickle.
Are you concerned she might tell your mother?
Indeed she will, but so be it. I am tired of hiding it from her.
可是你没有
My
先
mother
跟你
needs to
妈讲啊
understand？that I will not be safe from the Ashwinders until everyone is.
不是
I
说
shall pursue them until they are finished, and I think she knows that. as do you.
好了好
That
了
I，do.
算了
I sense he is close.
，OK，
Where is he?
I do not know. We should look around.
嗯，那
They got what they deserved.
没有了。
You fight like a muggle.
Little Nat Sione, innit? And her excruciatingly loyal companion. You two have done quite a bit of damage to my business interests. But I must grudgingly give you some credit. What was once a mere annoyance has become remarkably problematic. Fortunately, I pride myself on my problem-solving skills.
Come now, you can look at
Arrest the momentum.
好，这样可以对不对 ？BOSS 也可以这样打，对不对了？那个木板也太粗细了吧！为什么我会背对着敌人？天哪！我怎么会背对着敌人？
Natty.
好，还好没事的，
Are you
坐
sure
轮椅而
you
已
are。up for a visitor?
Yes, Mother. I feel fine, and it will do me good to see my friend.
Very well. But do not overdo it, Natsai.
I know, Mother.
我是 bug 了。
It is good to see you, my friend.
I'm glad to see you're doing so well.
I am doing better than it appears. I am only here because my mother insisted, just to be safe. I was relieved when she told me that you were all right.
感谢你，你在想什么？
What on earth possessed you to do
对
something?
啊，我是主角，我被打
I
一下不会
don't
怎么样。
know, but what other choice did I have? You were in danger.
I'm sorry, Natty. It's my fault you got hurt.
What? No. Do not blame yourself for this. The moment that I saw Harlow aim his wand at you, well,
你没有想清楚就直接采取了，你做出了选择，保护了
You
我。
quickly made the choice to protect me.
I did what I had to, and I would do it again. I could not simply stand there and let you get hurt.
Then I shouldn't feel guilty.
Of course not. There was nothing that you...
我只觉得我很笨而已，没有给
Oh my
敌人最后一集。
I cannot believe that it took me this long to see it. He made a choice based on instinct. My father, you, my friend, are no more to blame for my injuries today
看来间接开导
than
他
I
啊。
am to blame for my father's sacrifice years ago.
From what I know of him, it seems there's a lot of your father in you.
That's very kind of you to say. I hope that you are right. This has all been a bit much, hasn't it? A battle here at Hogwarts, everything we have done to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot. But we have done it. Rookwood is dead, Harlow is on his way to Azkaban, and the rest of them are on the run. A few of the dregs will still be about, fighting for their lost cause. But Rookwood's enterprise has fallen apart.
Everything is safer now because of us, because of you.
Thank you, but
放开你的手。
we make a formidable team. You, my fellow traveler, have enriched my time at Hogwarts beyond anything I could have imagined. Thank you. I believe your friendship to be one of the most important in my life.
OK 了，我的
Thank you
friend
for
加一。
It is always good to see you.